comes out. Now, the dude is 6'9", 514 pounds, and he's on these big wooden shoes. So he's like 7'1", and 200 pounds bigger than Shaquille O'Neal. Years ago, I was in Tokyo doing a seminar for Nike Asia. I had a bunch of Japanese baseball players and some American guys, Shane Mack, and a couple other guys over there. It was great. And so a bunch of different athletes got up and introduced me, and there's like 400 trainers and strength coaches and I don't know, all kinds of people at this event. It was terrific. And so a couple baseball guys, a tennis player, everybody is going to do it. And so the last person to introduce me to the crowd was this guy named Chad Rowan. So I met Chad through his agent. He hurt his knee. He's a sumo wrestler, and they called him Akibono over there, but he was the Yokozuna, so he was the #1 sumo guy. Wonderful kid from Hawaii, giant dude. So he comes out on stage to speak to the crowd before I'm set to go on stage, and he comes out. Now, the dude is 6'9", 514 pounds, and he's on these big wooden shoes. So he's like 7'1", and 200 pounds bigger than Shaquille O'Neal. And he's in these flowing robes, and he's got his hair all up in a top knot, and it's fantastic. He gets out there, and everybody's looking at him, and he's a huge national figure in Japan. And so he's talking very, very nice. And I don't know what he's saying. He's speaking in Japanese, and I had a translator, so I'm trying to keep up. And he's like saying wonderful things. It's a great trainer, and Jim helped me through some different times, and you need to listen to this guy in the whole 9 yards. It's awesome. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good, Then all of a sudden he goes into this other voice, and it's like in the Karate Kid when the guy who hated Mr. Miyagi goes to this like, he has this deep voice. So you gotta imagine we got a 7 foot, 500 pound guy, and he starts pointing at the crowd, and he's like, like it's crazy. So I'm going to the translator. I'm like, what is he saying? What is he saying? And he's saying to the crowd, listen, I'm going to stand off to the side and watch. And if you don't give Jim the proper amount of respect, I'm going to follow you out of this place and kill you. Well, you can imagine, you could have heard a pin drop in the place. So the seminar starts, and I always try to have a couple of fun things to say, a couple of jokes, whatever. I got nothing. Everybody's like this. People are sitting down like this. Nobody says anything for like the first half an hour of this pretty significant seminar. It's like 4 hours long. It was awful, and it took forever. And I finally called timeout, and I said, dude, you can't stand here because you're freaking everybody out. And it was still pretty tough because a lot of it was translated, but it was pretty cool. It was one of the best times I ever had in Japan. Delivering a seminar to 400 people there. It was pretty great.